for coming. Thank you guys for being here. We have with them their headmaster. Let's give a special round of applause to him. Such brilliant case from the Edinaman School. So we're going to jump straight into the conversation. Our time is very limited. My very first question is, just off the top, how was the experience like? Tell us the story from how it started here and then moving to Washington and competing and then winning the competition.
We didn't know what to do initially because our initial idea failed. So we researched and brainstormed on how to provide an alternative solution. And this increased our idea and interest in what we did. And we came out with producing electricity from the soil, because soil is everywhere and easy to come by. It is environmental friendly too.
Wow. These people are talking about producing electricity from the soil, and they are 16. That's the average age. I don't know if it gets any better than this. My second question I want to ask is it the environment that enabled this? Because these are young people. How did it start? Tell me the whole story of the journey, how you guys came into the competition and how it moved on from there.
Well, before we started, we were given 10 weeks.
10 weeks?
Yeah, 10 weeks to provide a solution for a global problem.
Okay.
That is repowering our community's energy use.
All right.
So we had to come up with something within the 10 weeks, of which we did. And we made a video and a written submission, and we qualified to the finals. So we showcased our prototype outside, that's Washington, D.C., of which we came out victorious. And then this is our prototype. Let me see. Wow. That's the Earth battery.
Awesome. Let's give it up for them. The Earth battery. The next question I want to ask is, what was the toughest part of the competition?
Okay, the toughest part of the competition was bringing out or brainstorming about a solution to that problem. We were to repower our community's energy use by coming out with a prototype that will help solve global issues concerning energy. The prototype should be simple, easy to build, affordable, like you should be able to make it, buy it. But with all these things, we had many challenges and problems. But bringing this prototype into existence was the toughest part we ever encountered. But we as a team came together, we pursued on the goal, and we did everything right. This was the toughest part of it.
I think this is a classic example of dreams we dare not. Can we appreciate them? The other question I want to ask you is, what did you learn from this whole experience? Traveling from here, going to the US, the infrastructure available, the people you meet, the exposure you get. What did you learn from that?
Okay, we learned a lot in our competition. In the competition, we were brainstorming for solutions for such a problem. That is, maybe if there is a problem on our energy use, that like electricity, so we need to come out with solutions to bring an alternative way to such a problem.
Yeah.
So we learn how to brainstorm for solution for a global problem. And also in one of our programs at Virginia Tech in Washington, we were able to program. We had a computer programming where we enter codes into a system and it functions as you want it to be.
Wow.
But you see, we were Ghanaian students. Although that education system is not very much in Ghana than the US, they have a lot of things and equipment for their educational system to move higher than ours. But we got to know that no, Ghanaian students are better than them.
Wow.
For the ideas that we developed here.
Wow, fantastic.
For the ideas that we developed here, all of them were ours. This was our solution. First, we started with a household water to generate the power. And we got to know that no, it is not producing much. So we researched that no, if we use soil in the household water, then let's research more on soil. So we got to know that there's electrons in the soil. So then if there's an electron in the soil, then it means it can
Give you
produce
power.
electricity. And Ghanaian students too.
Fantastic. So without the infrastructure, without the level of, exposure and opportunities available, they still went into Washington, D.C. and knocked the competition off. I want to talk to the headmaster and address this question to you, because before we came on stage, we spoke about this. Tell us how this experience has been and how generally investors, government, anybody listening can help this prototype, this idea, become something we could scale.
Since it's a prototype at this stage, we need to develop it. And it should be in a form that can be easily used by everybody.
Absolutely.
And it should be safe.
Yeah.
Because we are talking about electricity and voltage. So we are appealing to government and philanthropists to come to our aid so we can develop this idea, and then it will become used for Ghana and for the whole world. So Dumso will be a thing of the past.
Absolutely fantastic. Can we give it up for them? I think we will have, because they wanted to demonstrate how this works, so we know that this is not just something they've put in, earth or the soil and they're just lying to us. So they wanted to show us how much, voltage of power they are generating per that. So we'll give them that 2 minutes to demonstrate it so we can all see and appreciate. So we need the camera people to capture this so we can have a good, feel of it and understand. And you can tell us whilst you're doing it so we appreciate what's going on.
Okay, here we have our earth battery, which is made of soil. We used copper wires and zinc-plated nails in building this earth battery. In each cell, the soil contains electrons that help produce electricity. So our earth battery here can produce a voltage of maximum 23.46 in that range.
Wow.
So we think we've done a perfect job.
All right, let's appreciate them. 23 volts being generated by this earth electricity prototype product they've made. All right, so let's give it up for Macbeth, Latte Tawia, Daniel Kofi Mensah, Theresa, Amana Terrible, Emmanuel Ensua, Israel, Maria Bentum, Queen Justine, Raymond Teddy Collins, the Edinaman High School, for this amazing job they've done as they leave the stage. Congratulations, guys. I think we'll take the last word from the headmaster because they need to head back to school.
We want to advise and encourage that we need our students to raise ideas and follow the process of entrepreneurship.
Absolutely.
So that eventually they will become employers. They will not go through the university, come out and form university graduate unemployers association. No. So entrepreneurship or this kind of ideas will have to be encouraged. So they go through the process, the idea stage, and develop it and become useful. Thank you.
Is it me or we need more schools like Edinaman High School in Ghana? Can we appreciate them? Thank you so very much for coming. It's been amazing having you guys. Let's give it up for them as they go off stage. Thank you so much.